what about this idea we can do it like a show, like Narcos? And you know that character, like Narcos, like Narcos, like Narcos. And I'm like, oh my God, just keep quiet. Everything is about Narcos. This reference is just going out of hand. I cannot be like Joey sitting in this room not aware of anything anymore. So eventually I did watch Narcos. And then I understood. It made complete sense. What a global phenomenon this show really is.
Yeah, absolutely. It's undoubtedly one of the most successful shows in TV history. And today to talk about it and discuss it further, of course, I'm joined by my very dear friend Alia Bhatt. But we also have the godfather of Narcos here with us, the showrunner, Eric Newman. Eric, welcome to India.
So, Eric, this is your second trip to India.
This is my second trip. I was here December of last year for a movie called Bright, which we publicized here, and it was a lot of fun.
So, how are you liking it? I mean, tell us how was your experience been
I
in
love
India?
it. I think it's an amazing place. I'm sort of inspired by the diversity in the city. It's a very global city. It seems like someone told me there are 16 different languages spoken here. Is that possible? Is that
Probably
right?
more.
More?
Yeah.
With different dialects.
Yeah, different dialects.
And the food is spectacular.
You tried the food?
I went, oh my, yeah, so of course, I live for it. I went to a place called Trishna, which I like very much. I went to a place called Bombay Canteen, which I like very much. And what else did I
Okay, so you're good on food.
I love it, yeah, I very much so.
And I hear you're coming in from Singapore, so
yes.
How was it? How did they let you get through immigration? They're really strict about the drug rules.
Seriously, I mean, I think that we get searched a little extra. I think because they assume that we're in the business. If we were smart, we would be in that business. That's a real business. The entertainment business is nothing compared to the drug business.
Yeah.
Well, talking about this show, Eric, you've had such a long journey with the story. And Netflix especially hasn't just changed the way we watch television, it's changed how we create and how we tell our stories. And you conceived this idea 20 years back as a feature film, and today it makes for 30 hours of one of the most riveting television, and now actually 40 hours.
40,
yeah. 40 hours of one of the most riveting television show we have. Tell us a little bit about your journey with this idea and this huge journey that you've had.
I first heard stories about the drug war in the mid-90s. Communism had sort of gone away as the enemy that it was for so long, and all of a sudden this thing that had transformed America called crack cocaine had sort of taken such a toll, and it was a problem that we had ignored, and there weren't a lot of stories about it. There was sort of the typical Latin American drug lord who would show up in a Jack Ryan movie or some maybe a episode of Miami Vice, but it hadn't really been examined. And so I started to develop it as a film. And what I realized about movies versus television is that in a 2-hour format, you can't really get to know a character in a way that you could see him as anything but bad. And the reality is it's much more complex than that. And so the characters that we depict, first Pablo Escobar, then the Cali cartel, and now Felix Gallardo and the Guadalajara cartel, there's a certain complexity that can only be achieved in the longer format.
No, I totally agree with you, because that was going to be my next question. I love Pablo. Okay,
yes, you're supposed to.
It's strange. I want him to be my friend. I wanted him to win. Like, it was strange, and I was sitting in my room thinking, "Am I crazy? Like, is this wrong? I like the bad guy." But it was not just me; it was everyone. So, how much of that was put down to design? Did you?
Our goal is always to humanize these characters. The mistake that we make is to think that any of these people are purely monsters. They're not.
Like they're empathetic monsters.
They have to be. They have to actually show that they are the product of their environment, the economic disparity, corruption, the endless appetite for cocaine that America represents. It's not as simple, though I think we'd like it to be, that it is not as simple as a monster sprang forth from their mother's womb. These
Correct.
people were made. And I think the mistake that we make in the world, and certainly in America, is we're always looking for the monster, and as a result, we miss the monster taking shape behind us.